While we were here in Washington, the effects of sequestration, those mandatory budget cuts we've been hearing so much about, could be felt everywhere, from Reagan National Airport, where furloughs of TSA officers resulted in longer wait times getting through security, to national parks and museums that closed their doors early. It's estimated the federal government has $85 billion less to spend this year when the automatic cuts went into effect at midnight March 1st. Just what impact those cuts will have on all federal programs remains to be seen. But what is certain is that funding for farm programs could be cut by more than $27 billion.
John Compton, Amelia Levin Kent, Marty Wooldridge, and Wilson Judice, all young farmers and all worried that cuts to farm spending could put them out of business.
It's anybody's guess as to how this drought is ultimately going to play itself out again this year.
Each of these young producers rely on some aspect of the Farm Bill, be it export programs, marketing initiatives, or direct payments to stay in business. So when Congress talks of cuts, these young farmers listen.
We completely shut our operation down.
Here in the nation's capital, it's always about the money. There never seems to be enough these days, particularly for agriculture. Even before the sequester, the nation's farmers saw farm supports drop by 28% over the last 5 years. In fact, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that over that same period, reductions in farm program payments have saved U.S. taxpayers more than $55 billion. So why does Congress want to reduce farm spending even more? Because it can. Farm prices have been healthy of late, and farmers have relied more on the marketplace for their money rather than federal payments. But for certain crops like rice, which we grow a lot of here in Louisiana, those payments, say rice grower John Compton, are the difference between money in the bank and bankruptcy.
We've relied on direct payments over the last several years as being a bankable option as a price support, and now we just need a responsible replacement for those payments.
So why is it important to keep a farmer like Compton in business? First, because he's willing to grow the domestic food all U.S. consumers count on, or at least should count on. U.S. farmers always cringe a little bit when there's talk of getting our food from other parts of the world, from countries that aren't bound by U.S. food safety regulations and certified processing methods. But until Congress gets its budget act together, farm spending, and all federal spending for that matter, may simply remain in limbo.
It's a battle looming ahead, but we've got to get something done with our federal budget situation, because we're just going to keep on dealing with this for the rest of 2013 if we don't.
We would anticipate a farm bill getting done. It's going to take a lot of work once we finally get the budget numbers. We're hopefully going to have those by late April, early May, and I think if we can get them done, then both committees on the House and Senate Agriculture committees are going to move pretty quickly. If we can get those bills ready to go to the floors before the August break, I think we've got a real shot at getting it done this fall.
Now, most mandatory federal programs like Medicaid and Social Security are exempt from the sequester. The other program that will not face any cuts is the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, better known as food stamps.